24, 18, 35, 46. Broadcast. SCP-261. The Magic Vending Machine. Part 4.
Well, hello there, handsome. Hello there, beautiful. The narrator coming to you. Yes, just you. For your own beautiful ears alone. Nobody else can hear this. Just you, right now. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate you listening to this broadcast. In fact, I would be thrilled if someone as beautiful, erudite, and intelligent as yourself would consider liking and subscribing. That would mean the world to me. This simple, little, mortal radio guy would love it if you would bless him with just a little more of your presence. Thank you so very much. So, now that the rest of these plebs can hear us, today we're going to continue with what has been a very popular series so far. That is, our continued evaluation of the SCP-261 research logs. Whilst I highly recommend you check out parts 1 through 3, to summarize, SCP-261 is an interdimensional vending machine of some sort. We jokingly refer to it around here as the magic vending machine, which seems to produce a variety of interesting results, depending upon the amount of money entered and the buttons pressed. Of course, it only accepts various forms of Japanese currency. Although, as the log goes on, there are attempts to use other currency with some interesting results. So, here's part 4. We left off at number 131. Join us, won't you? SCP-261 Research Logs, Part 4. Number 131. Money, 1,500 yen. SCP-261 was unpowered. Description: caramels. Resealable tin containing caramel candies. Subject consumed caramels without issue before expressing difficulty in speaking. Subject began to slur their words until becoming entirely unintelligible. Medical examination discovered no visible abnormalities. The following morning, subject awoke to find that their teeth and tongue had completely vanished. Research note appended by junior researcher Harris. I'm beginning to wonder how repeated usages continue to increase the volatility of anomalous content. Perhaps we're tiring it out, so to speak? Number 132. 110 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: a single plain donut on a paper plate. Showed no abnormalities and was consumed without issue. Number 133. 200 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Lanu, go, 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 go! Brand candy hair. Raspberry flavor. The package, depicted in English, showed happy children growing full handlebar mustaches of bright neon colors. Inside the package were 5 individually wrapped tablets. Subject opened one wrapper and consumed the tablet, noting that it had a chalky, fibrous taste and texture similar to dry oat bran. 5 minutes and 14 seconds after consumption, subject started growing magenta fibers of a sugary consistency from her upper lip, at a rate of approximately 1 centimeter every 2 seconds. Mustache stopped growing after 73 seconds. The mustache could be easily and harmlessly broken off the subject and consumed. The mustache fibers melted into sugar in the subject's mouth and tasted strongly sweet and of artificial raspberry. Subject noted a feeling of being a kid again after consuming her mustache. Number 134. 200 yen were tendered. SCP-261 was powered. Description: Shakespeare's scrumptious sonnets. Blackthorn flavor. An envelope containing 4 sheets of vellum, each, supposedly, with one of Shakespeare's sonnets handwritten on them in a Prunus Spinoza-based ink. The sonnets written were number 34, number 77, number 121, though erroneously noted as number 145, and an unrecognized sonnet noted to be sonnet number 219. Note that Shakespeare was known to have written only 154 sonnets. When a sonnet is read aloud, all individuals within earshot reported sensing a tart flavor similar to damson plum. Upon a second reading, listening to the same sonnet had no anomalous effect. All sonnets appear to only deliver the flavor sensation once. The vellum, when consumed, is dry and flavorless. Number 135. 1,500 yen were tendered. SCP-261 was powered. Description: Colonel Crone's confession candy. Orange box containing 12 assorted hard candies. Labeling written in European English, with each candy being wrapped in a label displaying its flavor. Upon consumption of the candy, subject will involuntarily divulge secrets about themselves whenever communication is attempted. Consumption of additional candy results in the subject sharing more closely kept secrets. Chemical testing has shown no abnormalities in the candy's composition. Research note. Appended by junior researcher Andrew Gatling, and redacted for brevity. Well, guess everyone knows now, no point in hiding who I am. But hey, that's a nice story. How'd you come out? Oh, it was because of SCP-261. I'm rambling again, aren't I? You know, I've had Number 136. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was unpowered. Description: a 2-ounce cardboard box of Looney Lionel's Wound Lickers, printed in stylized English lettering. Printed left of the label is a cartoon lion licking a blue variant of the candy inside, applied to its left paw. Just stick 'em on and lick 'em off, lion style, is also printed underneath the labeling. Box contains 24 circular, multicolored candy bandages. Subject applied one bandage to a small cut on her hand, despite expressing how stupid she felt doing so. Upon licking the orange bandages off, subject's wound appeared to be completely healed. Remainder of samples collected for further testing. Number 137. 250 yen were tendered. 261 was unpowered. Description: 27 shotgun shells dispensed over the course of 6 seconds. Small text on the bottom of each shell read, Tannhauser edible weaponry, in Japanese. Despite being chemically identical to non-anomalous shotgun shells, subjects showed no ill effects from consuming the ammunition. Shells also showed no abnormalities when fired. Reportedly tasted like a combination of chocolate and bananas. Number 138. 500 yen were tendered. SCP-261 was unpowered. Description: a large metal cube with various green pictographs engraved onto its surface. Initial attempts at ingestion were unsuccessful, as the object showed no immediate method by which to consume it. After the subject's saliva made contact with the cube, the point of contact began to rapidly rust, with the subject reporting a foul metallic taste. Subject was instructed to lick the rest of the object until its surface was completely covered in rust. Following this, subject stated that they felt sated and did not require additional sustenance for 24 hours. Further examination of the cube found that the pictographs had since faded, and were replaced by a large red X symbol on each face. Number 139. 5,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Lafferty yellow soda can, with an image depicting an adolescent male pointing directly at the viewer, a large teacup in hand. Initial effect included D-Class bursting out in uncontrollable laughter. Approximately 20 minutes and 17 seconds later, laughing had completely ceased. Further examination revealed subject to have lost 0.7 kilograms in body fat. Subject was also reported to have a warm, soft, lemon taste in their mouth. Note: upon examination, nutrition label on the side of the can had total calories listed at negative 5,620. Number 140. 700 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: a blue and gold cardboard box. No label. Package opened remotely. On the inside sat a blue pencil sharpener and colorful pencils with varying smells. Sharpening the pencils would open a pocket in the back of the sharpener, dispensing a random sliced fruit. Remaining number of pencils is 14. Number 141. 600 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Rubik's Candy Cube. An unsolved functional hard candy Rubik's Cube. When the item was solved, it came apart to reveal a rainbow-colored candy that, when eaten, caused the pieces of the cube to come together again in a random pattern. Solving the puzzle again revealed another candy. Number 142. 150 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Dr. Wondertainment's amazing Bursto Bubbles. A small pink gumball enclosed in a purple plastic wrapper with stylized yellow lettering. Showed no abnormalities until subject attempted to blow a bubble, upon which the gum expanded to an estimated 170 centimeters in diameter before popping. The resulting concussive force caused minor concussions in nearby personnel, along with several diagnoses of mild tinnitus. Notably, subject suffered no ill effects from the blast, with the test chamber reportedly smelling of glazed sugar and sulfur for several days. Number 143. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: polyglot in a can, modern languages. Written in Japanese. No list of ingredients shown. Upon consumption, subject showed fluency in Spanish, French, and German. Effects wore off after about an hour. Number 144. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: polyglot in a can, ancient languages. Written in Japanese. No list of ingredients shown. Upon consumption, subject showed fluency in Greek, Latin, and ancient Sumerian. Effects wore off after an hour. Number 145. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: a box of Un-Sweethearts candies, labeled in Russian. Package contains no text other than the label, a barcode, and a label indicating manufacture in Lyon, France. Contained 25 teardrop-shaped candies, each printed with a phrase thematically relating to the dissolution of a romantic relationship. For example, I drink to forget you. You are the reason for my restraining order, etc. Testing revealed that each candy contained 1 milligram of cyanide. Note: before the following experiments, SCP briefly broke containment. Whilst it was quickly recontained, it was not before the site's power supply was damaged and had to be shut down for repairs. It was decided to test SCP-261 with the backup generator running to see if any notable differences were apparent. Labeled as partially powered for the sake of consistency. Number 146. 250 yen were tendered. 261 was partially powered. Description: a 2-liter cardboard milk carton filled with a white liquid. Label read, bad value, most likely a parody of the brand Great Value. Expiration date read 2/14/31/27. All available subjects refused to consume the liquid, even under threat of termination. Furthermore, subjects exposed to the carton refused to consume any form of dairy product for an estimated 48 hours. Chemical analysis found the liquid to be a non-anomalous combination of goat's milk and cow's milk. Number 147. One 500 yen coin with a hole drilled through it, and a length of thick yarn tied through the hole. Small amount of adhesive applied to the rope to ensure the coin's retrieval. Upon insertion, the string was pulled back, and the coin was successfully retrieved. SCP-261 was partially powered. Description: Machine hesitated for roughly 5 seconds before dispensing a hand grenade. The grenade detonated approximately 2 seconds after impacting the ground, while those present scattered. However, in lieu of an explosion, the grenade ejected a large amount of confetti alongside a sound similar to that of a plastic noisemaker. All individuals within the room at time of detonation reported a strong taste of peppermint. Number 148. 1,000 yen were tendered. SCP-261 was partially powered. Description: An unlabeled aluminum soda can, red in coloration, contained an opaque brown-tinted liquid. Subject ingested the liquid and then immediately expelled it, comparing the taste to pennies and dead caterpillars. Note: At this point, testing was concluded for the day. Power station was back up and running at 23:22 the same night. Number 149. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: A purple cloth bag. Stylized green lettering on the bag's exterior read, "Sleep is the best medicine. You've heard it before, now try it for yourself." In English. Bag contained 30 oblong white pills. D3512, who has a history of persistent migraines, consumed a singular pill before entering a comatose state. Subject remained in this state for 48 hours and required no external nutrition during this time. After awakening, subject reported feeling extremely well rested and that their migraine had vanished. Number 150. 445 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Lord Wentworth's Monocle of Excellence. A gold-rimmed monocle inside a foil wrapper, depicting a humanoid silhouette wearing a top hat and monocle. Monocle was retrieved from the packaging and worn by the subject. Whilst wearing the monocle, subject claimed they could see a cup of tea on the chamber floor nearby. The subject approached the supposed tea cup and made actions to pick it up and drink it, claiming it to taste similarly to sweetened Earl Grey tea. Following consumption, the monocle began to tarnish and rapidly degraded, leaving only the lens. Number 151. Half of a 500 yen coin was tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Machine shook violently for approximately 3 minutes before dispensing a small blue orb. Orb was given to D8845 to inspect and to attempt to consume. When bit, the orb became gelatinous in nature and violently forced itself down 8845's oral cavity unassisted. Subject reported a strong flavor similar to blueberries, but distinctly different. Further tests with partial currency are underway. Number 152. 2 halves of separate 500 yen coins were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: The machine shook violently for approximately 1 minute before dispensing a large foil package. Art on the package depicting a rolling pastoral countryside with a flaming humanoid figure visible in the distance. Writing on the package was reminiscent of early Welsh and loosely translated to Thatchman Village. Then, "This is an offering from them to you," in smaller text. Package contents were similar to a primitive hillside village full of animate miniature humanoids. These humanoids began constructing a small wicker man in the center of the village, using pieces of wood retrieved from the structures. Upon completion, the humanoids set the construction alight, emitting a hazy black smoke. Personnel who inhaled the smoke repeated feeling very well fed. Shortly after the wicker man had ceased burning, The village and its inhabitants ceased animation and crumbled into dust. Number 153. 750 yen were tendered, and 261 was powered. Item description: Om Nom Nom Opia. A rectangular box decorated with a cartoon cow, stating, "The mooest delicious thing on earth." Box contained 20 circular white chocolates. When consumed, subject was observed emitting animal vocalizations in place of onomatopoeia. Medical examinations revealed the subject's vocal cords would expand and contract involuntarily when producing these anomalous vocalizations. The effects have not faded since consumption. Number 154. 47 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: One fine bone china teacup containing tea, Earl Grey, hot, which can only be referred to as such. Any conscious attempts at referring to the object in a manner other than tea, Earl Grey, hot, have failed. Item manifested as incorporeal in the retrieval area of the machine and slowly became more tangible over time. Taste described as an attempt to make tea, Earl Grey, hot by someone who had heard of tea, Earl Grey, hot, but never tasted it. Number 155. Money entered, 250 yen. 261 was powered. Item description: Blueberry Yoo-hoo. Upon opening the can, it yelled, "Yoo-hoo!" in a high-pitched voice. D3489 ingested the beverage without incident, but experienced an increased rate of flatulence for 3 hours after consuming the drink. Each flatus repeated the phrase, "Yoo-hoo!" Number 156. Money entered, 500 yen. 261 was powered. Description: Unknown language. A wax paper bag with a picture of anthropomorphic cartoon pigs wearing a toga and laurels on it. Contained 3 strips of bacon. D3489 described the bacon as ote and a ute altise. D3489 continued speaking in this manner for 45 minutes after consumption without noticing. Number 157. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Russian nesting Twinkie. Package contained a single Hostess brand Twinkie. The illustration on the package depicted a hand squeezing a Twinkie. D3489 was ordered to squeeze the Twinkie. Upon squeezing, the Twinkie ejected an identical Twinkie. The second Twinkie ejected a third in the same manner. A total of 5 Twinkies were produced before they stopped multiplying. Number 158. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Rock Candy Geode. A plastic-wrapped sphere of rock candy roughly the size of a softball. Other than the product name, the wrapper had no writing on it, only a picture of a hand smashing the ball against a tabletop. D3489 was ordered to smash the ball as indicated. This caused the ball to crack into 2 near-perfect halves. The ball was partially hollow and contained 4 different colored layers of rock candy. Number 159. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: A small cardboard box containing 60 matches of various colors. The box was blank, other than a tiny sentence handwritten on the bottom declaring, "The whole world is matchless." When struck on the side of the box, the matches ignited, producing flames the same colors as the matchsticks themselves, which rapidly solidified into fruit-flavored suckers. Number 160. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Charcoal Chuckles. A standard package of Chuckles jelly candy, with the main difference being the candy's black coloration and tasting of licorice. After consuming all 5 candies, the subject proceeded to belch black flames which, despite their appearance, did not give off any heat or damage their surroundings. Number 161. Money entered, 1,000 yen. 261 was powered. Description: Dream Puffs. A plastic package depicting a cartoon boy fast asleep. Contained 2 cream puff snack cakes, one of which the subject consumed. Subject immediately began acting lethargic, entering REM sleep 3 minutes after consumption. He awoke 50 minutes later, stating that he had dreamt of attending a large feast and that he felt completely satiated. Remaining pastry was removed for analysis. Number 162. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: The Philosopher's Scone. A cellophane-wrapped scone with a sticker reading, "The Philosopher's Scone. Good for 30 more minutes." Consumed by D3489 without incident. Described as flavorless and unfulfilling. Edit. 4 days after testing SCP-261, D3489 was violently eviscerated during testing with SCP. His remains stayed alive for 30 more minutes after what should have been a fatal injury, and he was able to provide valuable information related to SCP. Number 163. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Fine Klein wine. A glass Klein bottle that appears empty when not in use. When brought to a person's lips to drink, the bottle begins spontaneously generating Pinot Noir. A finite amount is produced, though very little is needed, due to its second property. Wine entering the mouth does not proceed down back to the esophagus as usual, but instead arcs up and out through the nostrils, re-enters the bottle, and loops back around through the secondary opening, forming an infinite loop of wine. Since the wine never enters the throat, it is possible to breathe whilst drinking. D3489 described the process as uncomfortable utbe otne as a adbe as a udye inkfe. A note from the narrator here before I go on. The next 2 or 3 entries have appalling errors in spelling and word choice. So if they sound strange when I narrate them, please blame the source and not the messenger. Thank you. Number 164. Money entered was 1,000 yen. 261 was unpowered. Gummy wormhole. An inflated black sphere with no discernible poignant point of inflation. Drawings on the sphere depicted various cartoon, multicolored worms traveling through circular portals. Popped when subject attempted to consume it. When popped, the balloon collapsed inwards, opening a circular portal roughly 50 centimeters in diameter. From this portal emerged a large, multicolored gummy worm, which showed immediate hostility by attacking the subject. Worm was dispatched after several minutes by security, upon which the portal collapsed inwards and disappeared. Remains were non-anomalous, but contained an intricate network of organs comprised entirely of gummy candy. Number 165. 700 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Stainless steel cube with a keyhole on one face and an ornate bronze key attached to the cube via chain. The opposing face depicted a bull's head. When opened using the attached key, the cube collapsed outwards, revealing a miniature chocolate figure resembling a minotaur. The figure rapidly grew to an estimated 9 meters in height before animating, exclaiming, "I am the Minotaur!" and bludgeoning nearby personnel into unconsciousness. Security engaged the hostile, requiring 8 members of personnel to successfully terminate the entity. Remains were non-anomalous, weighed 754 kilograms, were anatomically correct, and comprised entirely of milk chocolate. Number 166. 700 yen were tendered. 261 was unpowered. Item description: Retroactibites. Brightly colored foil bag containing 12 jawbreakers in the shape of clocks. Appeared to vanish upon contact with subject's tongue. Subject's memory of the past 6 hours was altered to consist of his receiving the candy and sucking on it. No changes to researcher's memory or security footage are apparent, but subject exhibits physiological changes consistent with their changed memory, including mild dehydration, stiff joints from standing in place, and degradation of tooth enamel from constant sucking. Flavor is described as compelling. Number 167. 500 yen were tendered. 261 was unpowered. Description: Magic potion! A glass bottle with a crude labeling drawn in crayon. Label depicted an elephant in stereotypical wizard clothing, drawn in a similar style. Bottle contained a black liquid dotted with flecks of white. Once consumed, the subject reported feeling nauseous before falling unconscious. Subject then began miming various animals in this unconscious state, changing animals at 20-minute intervals. This continued for a period of 4 hours, upon which they awoke. Subject claimed to have no memory of the event, although examination revealed a small tattoo on the subject's left wrist, depicting the same elephant character present on the bottle's packaging. Number 168. 200 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Item description: Consume. A fluorescent green soft plastic squeeze bottle. Labeling was in English, purple block lettering, alongside a minimalist thumbs-up icon. Contents consisted of a white paste, identified as a complete meal substitute, containing 2.5 mJs of food energy, and 1/3 of all major nutrients, alongside small dosages of alprazolam and erythromycin. The subject reported it to taste of vanilla. Number 169. Money entered was 1,000 yen. 261 was unpowered. Description: Gatorade. A bottle of flavored water tested on D555. D555 drank some and suddenly spat it out, claiming, "It tastes like someone died in it." Testing concluded that the bottle contained meat from a variety of animals and swamp water. Number 170. Money entered, 100 yen. SCP-261 was powered. Item description: Pear cell cookie. A pear-flavored cookie, green in coloration, wrapped in plastic wrap with a pear-shaped sticker with an unknown symbol on it keeping the wrap together. Test revealed that the item contained standard ingredients of a pear and a cookie. Given to D98547, tasted remarkably like a pear and chocolate chip cookie mixed together, and it was horrible. Number 171. 1,000 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Description: Identical to the previous test, although the cookie was much darker in coloration. When retrieved by the subject, the confection was accidentally dropped, upon which it broke into 9 equal portions, with each retaining the exact same mass as the original cookie. Further attempts to break the confection have produced similar results, with shattered remnants retaining the exact same mass as the complete confection. Number 172. 1/2 of a 50 yen coin was glued to the other half, 1/2 upside down, and then entered. 261 was powered. Description: Conceptual cookie, wrapped in a plastic box with no openings. The box had a metal slot and a button on it. Those who were not present, but all observers, knew of their existence. The subject thought of pressing the button, and a cookie was ejected. The subject held a cookie, however, nobody could clearly pinpoint its location. A video recording showed cookies, slots, and buttons. The security camera showed cookies being eaten at different times. After using SCP-261 again, the recordings of the test were altered to show 1 cookie. Some researchers reported that there was always 1 cookie. Some reported that they knew of the cookie, but that it wasn't there. It is theorized that the cookie was supposed to only exist conceptually. However, the coin caused the cookie to be half physical, being kept physical by 261. 261 stopping when used again. The subject reported that the cookie was half chocolate and stated that he just knew. Number 173. 200 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Item description: Otaku Edition Pocky. Labeling is written in broken Romanized Japanese, similar to what would be produced by an online translator. Small print below the title advertises a 30-day free trial of Rosetta Stone, an online educational website specializing in foreign language. Box contents consisted of pretzel sticks dipped in vanilla icing with a sprinkle topping. Neither Rosetta Stone nor Izaki Glico have any knowledge of this product. Number 174. Money entered, 350 yen. SCP-261 was powered. Item description: Gummy gladiators. A plastic tube separated by an opaque divider, attached to a paper tab on the tube's exterior. Inside the tube were two red humanoid figures similar in appearance to stereotypical Roman gladiators. These figures were animate and separated by the divider. Labeling and instructions were printed in Latin. As described by the instructions, the exterior tab was pulled, removing the barrier separating the two figures. The figures then immediately attacked one another, with the fight lasting approximately 3 minutes, before one figure terminated the other via manual decapitation. Both figures ceased animation, allowing researchers to access the tube, through a rubber cap sealing the interior. The figures were reported to taste of artificial cherry. Number 175. 300 yen were tendered. 261 was powered. Item description: Chicken candy can. A cylindrical metal can with a cartoon chick on the packaging. Labels in medieval English. Inside the can were several marzipan feathers of assorted colors, some gummy meat and bones, and one egg with a fruit-flavored shell. When opened, it was revealed to be filled with melted white chocolate, with a caramel yolk and a gummy chick. That about wraps it up for us here this week. We hope you enjoyed. If you enjoy the show, again, we do ask kindly that you like and subscribe, or download and rate on your favorite podcast sites. It means the world to us, and we very much appreciate all the support you've shown us. Well, I'll talk with you soon again, you wonderful fellas and dames. Before I go, incidentally, one of the members of the Society feels compelled to share the following information. He would like you to know that most gladiators, in fact, did not fight to the death. They usually fought until one yielded. Apparently, this was because A, gladiators were very expensive, and B, matches to the death were actually not very popular. So, there you go. Whether that applies to candy gladiators, I don't know. I can only say that perhaps the archaeology just isn't quite there yet. On the other hand, if you find yourself desperately compelled to share a fact about your particular subject of interest, if you simply can't keep your mouth shut because you're on the same level of the spectrum that we are, just remember, have faith. We know.
2, 81, 99, 12. Broadcast ends.
The proceeding was provided as a public service by the Society of Virtuous Pagans. The material referenced included portions of the SCP-261 dossier, available at the SCP Wikia and used with the Creative Commons license. Our performers tonight included August Brotherton and Guinevere McGregor. Sound and other important, difficult kinds of things were done by the remarkable Creative Minds Audio. Thank you again. The Helios Radio was designed by Kieran Byrne. Our logo was designed by the plucky and insidious Mazface. The Society of Virtuous Pagans was created by Alex Bagassi. Do you have a favorite story or tale that you'd like the Society to cover in a future broadcast? Please let us know. Send us a message at societyofvirtuouspagans@gmail.com. That's societyofvirtuouspagans@gmail.com. This broadcast and all associated media have been treated with the Nagoya mimetic.